Welcome back. Last week, Mr. Chester Missing took the opportunity to find out what the hell's going on at UCT.
I'm here at UCT where this statue of Cecil John Rhodes has been covered with a raincoat to protect him from all the poo. I'm off to find out what all the vice-chancellors and China's think. Viva! Why did you guys throw poo?
It's about our collective shame as black people. 21 years after democracy, we still have Khayelitsha using pota toilets.
Crazy.
For us as black people, we will go back to Khayelitsha when we close university. And then we are saying we are bringing our shame to the affluent and the elite.
If we so focus on a statue, what about serious issues like a lack of female professors? Why don't you actually march for that?
Well, we have said that the statues will, if and when it falls, will symbolize the fall of white supremacy.
Viva.
And then will equate to other things that will come up, you know, the racism that is in the university,
yeah,
the institutional and personal racism, and
Viva.
all that will be complemented.
Why did UCT students take so long to realize that this statue of this racist bastard was sitting here?
Well, we don't know. I mean, UCT promotes individualism, promotes elitism for many years. But I think now students have finally decided that, look, this must end. And I think it's about time. People whose time has came, they must fulfill their responsibility or betray it.
Why wasn't it obvious to people in '94 that this Rhodes guy must go?
In '94 and before that, this was predominantly a white university. Now we have a university that's more than well over 50%, 60% black students. And we need a university that makes them feel at home, that is inclusive.
Yeah.
And if what they're telling us is that their reaction to Rhodes and to other statues,
yeah,
other names of buildings, other ways that the university works makes them feel like outsiders,
yeah,
we must hear that, we must
Viva.
Address it.
I saw on your website UCT is owned by the students in the community itself. Are there any students who actually want that Rhodes Isipukupuku to stay there?
Oh yes, many.
Why? What is wrong with them?
Rhodes was a massive donor to the university. He gave all the land that the university is on. He gave the land that the president's house is on, that the Groote Schuur Hospital is on, and that these were significant gifts of philanthropy. If we start saying to philanthropists of the future, give us your money today, we will honor you in a certain way, but if we change our mind about you in 30 years' time, then we'll take your name off the building or we'll remove your statue.
Yes, that is how it should be. If that's happened, that particular philanthropist also happened to steal 1 million square miles of Africa and thought Africans should be treated like children, then footsack, philanthropist, footsack.
So that may be the outcome of the discussion, but I'm giving you the arguments of the people who think it should stay.
Yes.
And the people who think it should stay say you must recognize philanthropy.
You smell like excuses. How do you manage this problem of populist grandstanding and poo throwing while at the same time speaking back against institutional white privilege?
I think the most important thing is you create a forum where that debate happens, and you need to protect everyone's right to speak. So if people start intimidating, if it becomes a gang or a mob, then that free speech and that debate doesn't happen.
The problem is that when you talk about white privilege, it's talking that manages to sneak it back in through the door. Sometimes you need to be very radical in order to speak back to it.
True. I don't disagree.
Okay. Sounded like you did. Allegedly, you guys don't have even one black African female professor. Not even one. How do you go out in public? Who's doing your recruiting? Steve Hoffman.
So I think what you're referring to is black South African. We actually have 3 black South African female professors.
Well done.
But we have,
oh my God. How many staff do you have? How many professors do you have?
We have many more black women professors. But I don't want to say that isn't a problem.
How many professors
it's a huge
do you
problem.
have?
About 200.
200? 300? Oh my God. I can't breathe. Oh my God. We're at UCT, peeing on black people, beating up colored ladies. Is UCT racist?
There's the racism which is explicit, like peeing on black people and insulting them. I think there's very little of that at UCT. The other end of the continuum, there is sort of subliminal racism. Racism which is about stereotyping.
Yeah.
It's about body language. It's about assuming that people who don't speak like you aren't as intelligent or aren't as educated.
Yeah.
That sort of racism exists widely, I think.
So basically the answer is yes.
So yes, the answer is yes. Then that's what we've got to tackle.
I'm getting a raincoat in case I get peed on my way out of here. Goodbye, Max Price. Bye.
Goodbye, Chester.
Bye. Bye. Have a nice day.
And you too. Thank you.
Say hi to Davos for me. Woo! Yeah. Vice Chancellor.
What's going on, said Marvin Gaye. We can't all get along, said his dad. That was Mr. Chester Missing. Now it's time for the Morale Index, brought to you by Deep Fried Man and his musical guest, Philani Boo Boo.
Rolling through the hills, no fuss, no hair, no frills. alright. We started on B-E-E. We on B-B-B-E-E. You'd think that by now we'd be free. It beats me. How can you be called born freeze in poverty? Whether it's a statue or something else you want destroyed, it's not like there aren't enough reasons for us to get annoyed. The kind of anger make you go to a clinic and start burning it. The kind of anger Helen Ziller feels towards a journalist. And some white people don't seem to know why people aren't fans of Cecil John Rhodes. If you miss apartheid so much, why don't you set sail on a one-way cruise bound for Israel? Now I'll just wait for the hate mail saying that it's just a lie. But sometimes when lots of people are angry, it's justified. So you protest, even if it means that you will miss a test today. Just because you're born free doesn't mean you were born yesterday.
So come on. You know you wanna live on. You know you wanna be free. You know you wanna be true. Do you have a place to call your home?
That was Deep Fried Man and Philani Boo Boo. Get Philani Boo Boo's new single called Free on iTunes. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, send us emails, and we'll see you next week.